Hey, collective. It's St. Patrick's Day weekend, right? Okay. I'm feeling in a jovial spirit. I don't drink, but still, I feel lucky. I feel lucky. I feel festive. I feel, I like it. I like it. Remember, the time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading, may not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's just get some energy here. I don't know, I've just been really, just looking over some things. Like astrology kinds of things, I like to learn things, and I don't know, I've been kind of drawn to it a little more lately. I want to get a better perspective on myself. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get some energy. What we got here? We have Mars energy. All right. The drive for the confronting of, taking action. Mars. Let me see what my house is. So Mars deals with passions, okay? Could be dealing with an Aries or Scorpio. The drive. You could be very stubborn. Quick to cut people off. You could, have a little mean streak about you, but I feel like you could also be the type of person that will, just cut people off. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have like this. I heard your cutoff game. That's what I heard. All right, not like you do it to hurt people, but it's just like you don't allow situations to fester. You know what I mean? It's like when it's done, it's done. It's like you don't like that, back and forth. You know what I mean? If somebody makes a decision, let it stand. I heard sleep in the bed that you lay in. What else we got going on here? But you are very driven. You don't have a problem confronting people. You don't have a problem getting up and going and doing things and getting things started. You're very you have a go-getter kind of energy, When you're filled to do something, you give it your all, I feel like, okay? But I'm also picking up the energy of slow to being provoked. It's like it takes you have a high threshold for tolerance level for people's BS, but then when you do, and true Aries ram fortune, you'll buck somebody up off a mountain, you know what I'm saying? And they will act like, and don't feel nothing about it, because it's like you're being provoked, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy I'm picking up with this Aries Scorpio energy. Alright, what else we got, Spirit? Okay. We have here Pluto energy. Pluto is Scorpio energy. That's very strong. The need for control and obsession and a power struggle. Power struggle. You could be having a power struggle with someone. You guys could be butting heads. And not so much butting heads, it's like you both want the other one to give in, sorta. Pluto's about resurrections. Not letting something go. That's what I'm picking up. The energy of needing to win. Not allowing something to die. See, I told you, somebody's in that energy of, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? And but where you have somebody else over here, it's like, no, I'm not done. I don't want it to be done. Phew, that's weird. Yeah. It's like somebody wants to quit on their terms. You hear me? It's like you don't, come on. You don't, when you're wrestling with a bear, you don't quit when you get tired. You quit when the bear get tired. Come on, spirit. Personal power. Listen. This is in the 8th house. Right, let me see. Transformation, Scorpio energy again. Somebody's like, enough is enough. Somebody's like, you're not gonna bully me. But somebody's being a beast. Somebody's being a bear. You don't stop when you get tired. You stop when the bear get tired. The mysteries of life. Somebody's learning something. Somebody's learning a major lesson about trying to control, feeling like that they could, I'm feeling like outwit, outsmart, like force someone to do something, and they're realizing that somebody stands in their own personal power. Transformation. Somebody's stronger than what they thought. Somebody transformed. Somebody has made a major change in their life, so that the tactics and the obsession that someone has with something from the past, that energy doesn't work with the person that's right here in the present. It's like somebody stayed in the past and the other person grew. So somebody's still obsessed with something from the past, still, trying to create this power struggle with the other person. Don't let it go. The other person has released it. The confronting of and obsession with the mysteries of life. Action, a power struggle, a major change. This has not only created a change in whoever, this is in this Mars energy. It's also making a change. It's creating a change for whoever this is that has a need to control the narrative, sort of, kind of. Let's get some tarot. What's wrong with this? Spirit, what is this message from my collective? So. There's definitely a major change going on in your life. I feel like you've had a lot of acceptance. You learn how to pick and choose your battles, right? I heard, what is the art of war? You learn what the art of war is. You learned about your personal power. Your personal power is what allows you to detach from other people's energy. You know what I mean? So to speak, their behaviors, their judgments, their actions, whatever it is. It's like you learn how to, you understand that whatever someone does, that's all everything they do belongs to them. I don't care, even if you make somebody mad, their actions are still their actions. You hear me? They have to have self-control, just as you do. Your self-control is only for you. You only need to learn how to control you. and learn how to regulate your own emotions, not other people, because they don't belong to you. You can just look at people and they can do and say what they want to. But see, they're the one that's going through whatever they feeling. Ain't got nothing to do with you. So when you see people acting up, you have to detach yourself. Listen, don't own it, because they crazy right now. They crazy right now. I mean, if you can look at it like that, especially when someone comes at you in an aggressive manner, you could just, like mentally be like, they crazy right now. Somebody is feeling something and they want you to understand how they feeling, but they don't know how to deliver it. You hear me? and that's when they're fuming and they're yelling and because they want to be heard. They want you to understand. But at the same time, it's also a bullying tactic. It's like, why you yelling? Why you gotta be so? Just like when people text all caps, it's like, why you yelling? I can hear you just fine at this level, right? I can understand you without you wanting to hurt me. You don't have to hurt me for me to understand. Right? Spirit, come on here. What's this message? So you separate yourself, you detach yourself from it. And if you really want to make them mad, if you really want to make them mad, if you really, if you're an empath like myself, it's like you can see the pain, right? They ain't gonna like that shit. I'm telling you, listen. I see you hurting. Because the way you coming, I see you hurting. So that's why we're going to slow this down. You know what I'm saying? For you. For real. Because people, even I myself, sometimes when we're angry, when we act out of anger, we don't realize how out of control we look. Right? We don't realize that we've gotten out of control. Once that anger sets in, that rage sets in, that whatever, that thought of retaliate, once that sets in, we've already gotten out of control, because now we're allowing what somebody else has done, right, to make us come down there and act like them. And let's keep going. Let's get some messages here. Somebody standing in their personal power. Somebody knows that what you eat don't make them shit. You hear me? It does not. If you piss on yourself, that person ain't gonna feel it. You will, though. You gonna feel wet. You feeling me? Uncomfortable, itchy. Been there, done it. Got the t-shirt. Yes, sir. Messages from Spirit. This is going to be a message. This is a message from Spirit, he says. Message from Spirit. Confronting. The action of confronting. Yeah, see, I feel like somebody is more passionate about having control over their own life, their own emotions, than they are about, other people. And not to say that, it doesn't affect other people. I'm not saying that, but this is more like, if you're focused on, if you start regulating your own emotions, if you start, self-evaluating your own behaviors, my God, you know what I'm saying? There's no time. Because we're so flawed, right? There could possibly not be enough time in the day to be looking at somebody else. Because everything we do, we have to check it. It's like checks and balances. Is this bringing me closer to my purpose or what I want in life? Was this keeping me stagnant and pulling me back further away? Am I allowing myself to run amok out here, you know what I'm saying, in the world? Or, Am I trying to help myself so I can help other people? And you can just help other people just by changing your own life. You ain't really got to be out here, raising no sign with no microphone or micro them things that they use. You ain't even got to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's how you care about yourself. It'll automatically. That's how you care about others. If that makes sense. I feel like that went over somebody's head. Well, counseling and therapy. Look at that. Counseling and therapy come in the form of prayer and meditation. It could come in the form of maybe going to talk to somebody. Maybe somebody needs to recognize why they, are obsessed with something, with trying to read. I don't know, it's almost like I'm hearing somebody want to go back to the past so they can make a different decision or something like that, or they would do something different, I don't know, I feel like somebody's trying to control the outcome of something. Somebody's obsessed with trying to understand something. Maybe somebody's trying to confront something about their past. Take it how it resonates. So that they can get control of their own personal life. They recognize this is going to take a complete physical, spiritual, and mental overhaul. Emotional overhaul. Wow. Counseling and therapy. Somebody may need support in doing that. Maybe this is what the message is saying. If you need to get therapy or counseling, go get that. It's all good. It's just somebody to talk to help you sort through your thoughts. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And whether you go to pay somebody to do it or you have somebody that you trust that you can talk to, it don't matter. Just do it. Spirit, what's this message? Family concerns. Someone has family concerns. Maybe this is a family thing that, that needs to be sorted through. Maybe this could be like a sibling thing or, some kind of family dynamic. Hierarchy. Hierarchy or something like that. I don't know, child. What's going on here? Maybe somebody feels like they need to be in control. I don't know. Maybe somebody feels like they are the, what do you call it? Like Big Mama, what do you call that? The anchor? Not the anchor, though, right? It's, monarch, some shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody feel like they are the head of the family. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody feels like they need to be in control. Somebody's obsessed with that. Actually, it's almost like somebody trying to control grown children, their lives. You feeling me? Spirit, what's this message? Maybe it's always been that way. Maybe people see, because there's a drastic change happening. People are stepping into their own personal power. People don't want to be controlled. People don't want to be forced to live in the shadows of their parents. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you get that generational curse breaking energy. It's like people, I don't want to say it's bad advice, but it's old advice. It's advice that kept us oppressed. You feeling me? That's the kind of energy. Spirit, what's this message? And this is a new age, you know what I'm saying? A new time. And we all have to adapt to the new age and the new time. We don't have to lose our integrity, our morals, or our values. But we do have to have flexibility for people to grow and change and to adapt to the environment. Because the environment, the world is changing. We got to change with it. We got to learn how to still keep our integrity and our faith in the midst of all this change. You know what I'm saying? Listen, regain balance, because this world will knock you off your it's not pedestal, spirit. Off of your foundation. It could create imbalance in your life. because we don't understand it. Sometimes our old ways don't fit the new, the old keys don't fit the new locks. It's time for us to get the new key. We got to go get the key, get a new key. And that's new information, new ways to do things, seeing things in a different perspective. Being willing to release what doesn't belong to us, and focus on our own. Somebody needs to do some inner child healing. I'm telling you. Yeah, they could be having vivid dreams about it. Fear. Somebody could be having dreams about traumatic experiences in their childhood, or times in their childhood where they couldn't express themselves. They couldn't go in the direction that they were passionate about. There may have been restrictions. Back in the day, you couldn't do what you want to do. Today, these kids do what they want, go where they want, listen, dress how they want, or not. Because a lot of them be going to school in pajamas, or to the mall, or wherever. I still can't wrap my mind around that one. It's hard for me to go outside in a scarf. But I learned, listen, especially when it's cold, speak your truth. That's right. Someone needs to speak their truth about their inner child, whether that's, in public or with someone. Because I feel like somebody's inner child traumas is what is has them wanting to control the people around them, because it's familiar. It's like they built up this resistance, this wall made out of these traumas that have happened in their life, how they navigated themselves. And it's just, it's like outgrown. People don't do that no more. That's what I heard. People don't do that no more. People don't act like that no more. People, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, meaningful coincidences. Somebody could be in the energy of not understanding, the mysteries of life. How much things have changed. Maybe somebody's having a hard time adapting to these new times, like with the computers and the phones and the IT kind of things. Maybe somebody's having a hard time with that, because I remember, helping my mom with her computer when she was first learning how to use one. You know what I mean? So I can dig it. We get comfortable in one area and boom, something changes and you can't stay there. It's either you're going to learn, grow, and evolve, or you're going to get left behind, right? Look, ghosted. I cannot make it up. Spirit, what's this message? What's this meaningful coincidences? This message that you're getting is not a coincidence. It's a meaningful coincidence, especially if someone needs to seek counseling and therapy for some kind of family concern. All right. What we got? Regain balance, yeah? It will help you to regain your balance, to remember who you are, the importance of you, focusing on you so that you can evolve, and not to be obsessed with trying to control the evolution of another person. There's no way. That's like jumping into a field of weeds and trying to control how they gonna grow. You're gonna plant a rose inside of a field of weeds and think the weeds ain't gonna just come on over there and just engulf that rose. You know what I mean? Like, it's bound to happen. So you're gonna have to act like a weed. Spirit, what's this? Listen, positive change. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's going on here? I heard a rose growing out of the concrete. A rose is still a rose. Spiritual protection. You are spiritually protected. You are going to be just fine. Don't be afraid to go into that and do that healing, because God, the universe, your angels, if you're being led to go and uncover those dark spaces, you should go. You're going to be just fine. It's a part of the healing process. We have to go look at what we thought was in the closet. We got to go look at what we thought was under the bed, right? The past life relationships. Can't make it up. You got to go figure out what was that you was afraid of, you know, or who was that was sneaking in your room. You ever, you know, I'm a child of trauma, but like you ever try to you know, do some healing around some kind of sexual trauma, and it's like you can see the image but the face is blank. Yeah. And I think that comes from trying to escape the experience. Like our mind like try to block out the experience so that we're not present when it's happening. Spirit, what's this message? Healthy boundaries. Ooh, come on, Spirit. Speak your truth. Yeah. That. Not only is it a escaping mechanism from your trauma, you know, it's almost like you expect it, so you just kind of disappear. You kind of, what do you call it when you leave your body? You know what I'm talking about. Whatever. And, I lost my train of thought. Spiritual protection, yeah. You're learning how to set healthy boundaries. You're learning how to be in control of your own emotions, your own body. You know, you no longer need to, my favorite, sacrifice yourself. You know what I mean? In order to please others, or in order to receive attention from others, or feel like, you know, because when we're kids, that's a whole nother thing, man. You grow up feeling like, oh, that's all you're good for. You know what I'm saying? And then because our thinking is so messed up because of the pain and the trauma, we feel like, you know, that's how you get into prostitution and drugs and stuff like that. Because our own family, those closest to us, you know, had us to feel like that's all we were worth, because they didn't respect our boundaries. But we didn't even know we had any. You know, when you're a kid, you don't know you even got boundaries. Come on now. You don't even know you got them. You know? Spirit, what's this message? Manifest. Okay. But if you're working on regaining your balance, and releasing, doing that inner child healing, I feel like what you're manifesting is balance in your life, and it all takes work. You know what I mean? If you regrets, yeah, you have to release those regrets. It's like if you have a scale, and you know you have a pile of dirt, and then you have, I don't know, something pretty shit, I don't know, but you know the dirt's heavy. That's that baggage, right? And you have to take it off a little bit at a time until at least, right, you can look at it without hiding, or without trying to cover it up with drugs and sex and alcohol. You know, to that place where you stop closing the door. You go you get up every day, you go in, you grab something, you shut the door, and you deal with it. Because it's not overwhelming anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Look, mirroring, I can't make it up. Yes, this is when your actions and your behaviors are mirrored back to you through your environment. The people, places, and things that are in your environment right now is a direct reflection of who you are. Of who you are. Who you are, not the people around you. You can point fingers and say, look at what such and such and such doing, but it's a direct result of who you are, because that's what's in your environment. You invited it in because you felt comfortable right there, and you know it. So don't invite it in and then get up there and talk about I'm better than you. How? You're my equal. Wherever you at, that's your equal. Take it out, resonate. Give me one more, Spirit. Spirit, what's this message? Listen to your intuition. I can't make it up. Set those healthy boundaries. Look, there was that past life relationship again. Yeah, do that work. Do that work. I wonder, should I do anything else? Ooh, let's get a higher self card. Let's see what they say. And then I'm going to let y'all go, okay? All right. Anyway, I'm feeling the luck of the Irish. I feel the luck of the leprechaun. I feel he come. He come and bring me my pot of gold. Alright, y'all. I know I'm silly, right? Feeling it. I'm feeling that spirit, yo. I'm happy. Right at this moment, I'm alright. Spirit, what's one message? One card, please. That we have for the collective. Please and thank you. What does their higher self want them to know? Ooh, look at that. Direction. Let's see what he say. What he say was on the bottom. Pause. Let's see what this is for my collective direction. $45. All right. Direction. Your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. You know what you got to do. Your spirit desires new experiences and inner growth at this point in your life and is calling for a new route on your journey. Which direction should you go? Your higher self holds the knowledge of which direction will support your dreams, provide opportunities, and lead you to your destiny. Your higher self wants to help if you will allow it. You are being reminded that you can listen to the wisdom of your higher self or the voice of your ego. When considering your path, your ego will always be fear-based. Wow, let me get this. Take notes. Your ego will always be fear-based. It instills worry and anxiety and will cause you to question your decision. Additionally, your ego will have you overthink, and overthinking leads to analysis paralysis, self-doubt, and inaction. Your ego will push your mind into constantly assuming the worst-case scenarios as opposed to expecting the best-case scenario. If you choose your ego, then indecision and confusion will accompany you on your journey. However, if you quiet the mind and tune in to the wisdom of your internal guide or higher self, the answer will reveal itself. What does this particular guidance sound like? The voice of the higher self is positive, uplifting, and supportive. It comes from a higher intelligence that knows your true desires and which route to take to manifest them successfully, even when you know it's going to be a tough road, right? Yeah. It will never mislead you, but will ask that you take bold steps with confidence and faith. Trust that this new direction will propel you into an exhilarating journey that will enable you to grow emotionally and spiritually. For further guidance, do some internal research and ask which way brings you the most joy. Which direction excites you the most? What excites you is usually in alignment with your core values and individual strengths. As always, a joyful, emotional response is the right answer. A joyful, emotional response. Then go in that direction that brings you joy, happiness, freedom, peace, serenity, love, joy. You know what I'm saying? All those things that you get butterflies and excited about, you know? Newness. Anyway. Alright, y'all. That's your message. I hope you enjoyed it. Deuces. Good luck.